I understand this video does not exactly match up with the theme of this channel. However, the next video will return to the regular topics this channel normally covers. What's up, guys? So, I want to start out this video by telling you that I'm a free speech absolutist. Now, the only exceptions to this for me are direct threats of violence, defamation with libel or slander, and doxing. And those are basically the only exceptions. Other than that, I really believe in just anything goes. Now, I've always had this idea because you could say something, but if it didn't hold up to scrutiny, then somebody else could effectively refute your claim, or vice versa. And I feel like more times than not, the better argument wins out, or the more correct position will usually win out. Not every time, there's obviously exceptions to that as well, but I feel like more times than not that's the case. Now, with this particular instance, this doesn't really fit into the clashing of ideas or ideologies or anything of that sort, but I do feel like if two sides give their positions, it is up to the audience listening to kind of make up their minds about who's more in the right, who's more in the wrong, or kind of come to their conclusion regarding the issue. And I kind of had an odd run-in conflict. Not sure really what to call it. Okay, well, it wasn't quite that bad. Interaction with this company called Porter Electronics. This company sells retro, refurbished, older electronic devices, and I recently purchased a DVD VHS combo player off of them, and I preferenced the video with the free speech explanation because I kind of want to give my side of this back and forth to anybody watching this video and let them decide for themselves what is what is their conclusion, what is their outlook for how this played out, and who's more in the right, who's more in the wrong, or maybe there's maybe both sides are in the right or in the wrong, or just kind of analyze it the best you can and give me some feedback, because I'm kind of curious myself. I feel like this company kind of screwed up several times throughout this back and forth that we had, but I'll let you guys kind of be the judge of that. And so yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, so I bought the VHS DVD combo player from Porter Electronics for about $199, I think the price was. They had a disclaimer on there or whatever that said today sale only. So basically, that was the only day they were having that sale, even though I bought it in mid-September, and it's currently a decent amount into October now, say getting close to mid-October even, and that today sale only is still there. When I went back to get the screenshot of the device on their website for this video, so nearly a month now, I'd say over a month at this point, and that today only sale is one day only sale is still going on. So that's just to put into context the kind of company we're dealing with. It's basically like one of those Facebook ads where then you click on the, you know, what might seem like a sketchy link and you're not positive, but it's kind of a cool item, and it always is on sale. Every single item in Facebook ads is always on sale all of the time, always. So kind of reminded me of that. But anyway, I got this item. I didn't test it right away. I tested it a little while after I got it because I was still setting up the game room that I wanted to put it in, and I knew I was well within the return policy time limit. And in this room over there, that section of the room is basically a game room that I had set up, and I had to install an outlet into the wall so that I could hook everything in. And I didn't test it until I didn't test the combo player until I got the outlet hooked in. When I did get the outlet hooked in, I set everything up, the entertainment center and everything, and then I tried to test the combo player. Actually, I had to drill some holes in the back of the part of my entertainment center so that the wires would actually just come out at the right spot, because otherwise the thing would have been sticking out, the combo player would have been sticking out a decent amount. And so I drilled the holes, and then I put, I shop vac that entire spot, and then I put the combo player in, and it fit perfectly. And then I tested it, and it didn't work. Disappointed! I tested it on multiple televisions with multiple VHS tapes, and just spit out the tape every single time I tried it. Didn't matter where, didn't matter on what, just did not work. Testing the only DVD I own. I'm not even sure I have this hooked in right. I tried it. I know it doesn't work because I tried it in the bedroom.
That's what she said.
And I couldn't get the VHS tapes to play. I could get this to play, however. The DVD player seemed to work all right. But just want to double check everything. My very low budget B-movie zombie film works in the DVD player. I also had trouble pushing the button sometimes. Close, open. And getting it to pop out. Seems like it got stuck sometimes. I'm not doing it now, but I have a video of it not working. Now let's try the Matrix trilogy on VHS. Can't wait for the fourth one to come out on VHS so I can complete my collection. Oh, video. Swear to God if this works now. There it is. Thank you. Let's try a different VHS. This one is about halfway through. This one has been fully rewound. You gotta be kind and rewind if you're as old as I am and have ever been to a movie, a video store, a rental video store.
Knock it off! Don't you talk to me like that!
Okay, that one did not work either. And I did try all 50 VHS tapes. I had more than 50, but like that one had something on it. It's a little bit of Did not think so. I was going to say, the first time I hooked it up, I tried 50 different VHS tapes on it. Because I wanted to try... So I don't know. I wanted to try like because some of my VHS tapes are in different places. Some of them are fully rewound. Some of them are all the way at the end of the movie. Some of them are halfway through. And then I wanted to see if maybe it was a VHS tape working. I tried every different button. As soon as I put it in, I tried stopping it and then rewinding it or fast forwarding it to see if I could, attempt to maybe disrupt the ejection before it happened, and no luck. Nothing seems to fix the issue, but it just ejects every single tape, and I wanted to make this video so that way before I send it back I could prove with video footage that I am in fact having the problem. And so I emailed the company, Porter, and I was like, look, this device doesn't work. I'll read you the emails, the back and forth here, so you can kind of get an idea of what I went through. And keep in mind, this was over the course of several days. Actually, the day that I ordered the combo player was on September 16th, I think it was, and then I think they finally sent me back my refund October 11th. So a decent amount of time had passed dealing with this whole thing. So I'm going to go through some of these emails, and you can kind of get an idea of what I dealt with from my side regarding this whole issue. When I realized the item didn't work, I sent them an email, and in it I said, I recently bought an electronic item from you. The item was a DVD and VHS combo player. The VHS player was more of a priority for me, but the device keeps ejecting all of my VHS tapes and doesn't work at all. To clarify, I have gotten the DVD player to work, but the VHS player won't do anything but immediately eject all of my tapes. Do you not test your products before you send them out to customers? I either want this product working or a refund. Now, I did say I wanted a refund in that email, but I also put them in that order on purpose because I would have preferred a working device, whether it was them fixing the device that I sent back or sending me a replacement device, which you'll see as the emails go on, why exactly I would have preferred to just finish the transaction as opposed to just getting a refund. And also I just, outright wanted the device itself. So I bought it in the first place. But anyway, they responded to me, we appreciate your business. I am sorry to hear you are having trouble with the unit. We do fully test all units we ship out and include a 90-day exchange warranty. We sell many of these and they can vary in condition. Not sure what might be going on with the unit you received. However, we would be happy to replace the unit at no cost to you if interested. Yeah, I was interested. And just because it was quicker, I would have preferred that they, send out a new unit as opposed to just repair the one that I send them back. Although either one I would have accepted, but as they insinuate here and did multiple other times, including over the phone, basically outright just said it, when I asked them, are you going to send me if you send me a new device, are you going to send me the exact same model, like the exact same one that I bought, not like a different kind? And they said, yeah, it would be the same kind. So there was, my impression was that they would send me a new one as soon as I sent out the one that they sent me originally, which was defective. And I replied to them after that email, and I said, I have a lot of questions that would be easier to ask in person. Rather than typing them all out, I tried calling the number provided, but I couldn't get a hold of anybody. Would it be possible for you to just call me? And then I provided my phone number. Because I actually did try to call them, and over the course of this entire back and forth, I tried to call them, oh my god, double-digit times. It was a decent amount. And you know how many times they answered? I think they answered once. And they did give me a call back at one point, too. When I left this phone number, it was the time that they actually did give me a call back that I recollect. And over that phone call was when I asked, like, hey, when I send it back, are you going to send me a different one of the same model and everything, like exactly the same one that I sent you, same type of one? And they said, yeah, that's basically what they would do. After the phone call, the individual that I spoke with on the phone sends me a separate email with a free shipping label and instructions on how to send back the DVD VHS combo player back to their company.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Side tangent though, I wish you'd just use like their main email or whatever, because now I have to keep track of 2 separate conversations with 2 different emails with the same company. It's a bit of a hassle. It's kind of annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. It's so I digress, mostly irrelevant. The annoying part comes in when I have to send back the item. And look, I know this isn't that big of a deal, and I've had to do it in the past. I understand if an item comes defective and you got to ship something back, like, a lot of that is on you. They give you a shipping label, but however long has passed, if you still don't have like the box, you got to go buy the box, or go get a cardboard box that fits whatever device you have or whatever product you have. Then luckily I still had the box, but I didn't have any packaging, so I had to go buy bubble wrap. I had to go buy packing tape. I had to spend money in gas to drive to multiple places, including the library, because I don't have a printer, so I had to drive to the library and pay to print out the shipping label. Then I had to drive to the nearest FedEx drop-off location. So, like, I'm losing money at this point, on top of already buying the player. And so I send it back to them. The day I send it back, I actually tried to call them, and I could not get a hold of them, as usual. So that's not really out of the ordinary. But a few days later, they did send me an email saying, we did receive your message, and the return to us is still in transit, showing delivery on Tuesday, 10/5. Once that arrives, we will get your replacement unit sent to you. You will receive another email with the tracking number once it ships out. Now let me focus on that term, replacement unit. That indicates, among many other times when they indicated it, and in some instances outright said it, that they would just be sending me out a new unit as soon as they got back the unit that I sent out them, the defective unit. So they get the package, and I email them because I see I have the tracking number too, so I see that they've received the package and they've had it. And so I email them saying, hello, you said when the item I sent back had completed its delivery back to you that you would send out a new replacement item of the same brand and model. Since the package I returned to you was successfully delivered yesterday, can I get an update or tracking number on the replacement item, please? And they responded, yes, I do see that it arrived yesterday afternoon. We have a return department, and they will probably be going through what came in yesterday and get replacements out. You will receive another email with the tracking of your replacement once processed.
Finally!
Okay, So I assumed, like, all right, my next email would just have a tracking number in it and a new device sent out.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
But instead, you know, this is where they send out an email that starts to annoy me. This one starts to get on my nerves. They say, Josh, we received the DVD VCR combo unit and are working on getting a replacement out. Honestly, I couldn't find anything wrong with this unit. Played multiple tapes without any trouble. Was there any other trouble you were having? Well, actually, to make a small interjection here, I would push the DVD button multiple times and it wouldn't react to it at all. So we're going to first try the DVD player, and we'll open that. But, you know, it's an old device, and, you know, I can deal with a button being unresponsive and having to be, not forever, but it would eventually work. So it wasn't that much of an inconvenience, wasn't that much of a problem. So I wasn't really worried about that, but I don't know what else they could mean by other trouble. Anyway, they go on to say, just want to make sure we get your issue resolved. It sounds like this sat perfectly in your cabinet. Was it a tight fit?
Nope.
Not sure if the unit was being squeezed at all. This could possibly affect it. Honestly, this email irritated me. It irritated me for a few different reasons. One, they said the next email would be tracking number, or at least contain a tracking number with my new replacement.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened. No way. We got you. Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened. It never happened. We made this one up. It's fiction. We made up this one. We made it up. Not this time. Wrong. Not this time. Not this time. You're wrong. Not this time. It never happened.
Now, even if the device was working for them, shouldn't they have sent me the new device? I mean, I think they should have sent me the device as soon as they had a tracking number for the device that I sent back to them, the defective device. Because what's the worst thing that happens? I try to screw them over by sending them an empty box, so that way they send me out another device, and then I have two working devices. In that worst case scenario, they have my full name, they have my address, they have my credit card information, they have literally everything that they could just charge me for a second device right there on the spot. They have everything they need to make sure that they're not, they're not scammed. So why not just make it easier on the customer in that regards? But okay, you know what? They don't want to get scammed. They don't want to deal with all of the hassle of getting sent back empty boxes and people just... It's whatever. It's not a big deal. The device gets back to them. Then they tell me they're going to send me out a new device. And the next email would contain a tracking number and whatnot. This isn't that. This is... Well, it worked for us, so what did you do? This feels like a form of victim blaming and gaslighting, to the point where it's like, well, what did you do? We didn't send you out the device yet, and we sent you this email before we sent anything out. Why not say this with a tracking number? Be like, look, the device we got works. Not sure how, but it does. But we sent you out a replacement device. And if that one doesn't work, then we'll just send that back and we'll refund you. But what's the chances of it not working? A new device not working a second time? Now, they say, what did you do basically to make it not work? You said the device, you set it in a tight fitting area. It wasn't so tight that it was like squeezing the device or anything. It wasn't like I was shoving it into a spot where it wouldn't fit. There were gaps. I'll play a video right here. So, as you can see, this is the space that I put the DVD VHS combo player in. Now, this isn't the exact same one that they sent me. This is one that I actually got off of my friend. Funny enough, it has the exact opposite problem. The DVD player doesn't work, but the VHS player mostly works. So, as you can see, it clearly has a gap. I think the gap might be even bigger on this side. Yeah, it has a gap on both sides. It's not being squeezed at all. The bottom goes to the back just fine. You can see I had to cut a hole in the back there for the power cord just to go out the back. But it's big enough. It's not holding it up. It's sitting just fine, flat. There's no problems in the way that it fits in here, other than the fact that it's literally a near perfect fit. This device, like I said, isn't the same device as the device they sent me, but it is the exact same size. So it fits in exactly the same. In fact, for this one, I didn't even have to cut a new hole in the back. They both have the power cord and the RCA outputs in the exact same spot. So I kind of got lucky with that, and I'm going to have to get this one repaired. I'll probably end up taking it to my local village repair shop. But as you can see, it's not at all in any way, shape, or form being squeezed or damaged by the spot that I put it in. As you can clearly see, there's more than enough room for that DVD VHS combo player to function without any issues. So I messaged them back and I said, I tested that Sony DVD VHS combo player on 4 separate TV sets, each in a separate room. And I did. I tested it on the TV in my living room, the TV in my bedroom, the TV in my game room. I even hooked up the TV in the garage that's just laying flat on its back, waiting to be hooked up someday in the garage. I hooked that up and tested it on that as well. And they're all different brand TVs too, so it's not even as if like I use one brand and it's just has an issue with that specific brand. I think like one of them is like an LG, one's a Philips, one's a Sony Bravia. So they're anywhere from like, the one in my game room, I don't know what it is. It's some off-brand television, but anything from an off-brand television to high class and name brand television. So the TV wasn't the problem. The space it was put in wasn't the problem. I tested over 50 different VHS tapes on the device. So the tape wasn't a problem. In fact, here is me. I have test footage of me using 3 separate VHS tapes just before I sent it back to them, just so I would have footage of the device not working, so that if they wanted to see what the problem was, if they got it back and like they didn't test it or anything, they just sent out and they were curious, I would, or if I needed evidence that the device wasn't working, which clearly now, I mean, was I guess a good idea then I would just have that footage. It comes in handy. You wouldn't believe how many times I open up a package on camera when it's shipped to my house. Like, it's always good to have that stuff on camera. But yeah, I tested over 50 different VHS tapes on the device. And here you can see every VHS tape I tried on that device in this video. Here in the bedroom are my VHS tapes. The top 2 rows here, I tried every single VHS on the top 2 rows, with the exception, of course, of my copy of Cabin Fever, which is still in the original plastic, completely unopened.
I am just green with jealous rage right now.
Anyway, I go on to say, even just to be extra sure, I borrowed a Sony DVD VHS combo player from a friend, of which is a very similar player, but not exactly the same, and tested my friend's combo player in the exact same fitted spot where I wanted the device that I bought off you to be placed. And his device actually plays all the tapes I tested on your device. In fact, my friend offered to sell me his Sony VHS DVD combo player, but I refused his offer to buy his device because it does make a whining sound that can be kind of annoying. The sound will dissipate after some time, but I figured I would just be better off to have one refurbished so it would work kind of like new. I suppose it would have been less of a hassle for me to just buy his device and take it to my local electronic repair shop in town. I didn't imagine there would be this many problems simply attempting to buy one device. P.S. I actually have test footage of the device not working. I document all expensive items I purchase online. I wanted to send it to you in this email. Unfortunately, though, the file is too large, but I can post it on YouTube and then send you a link if you want to see it for yourself. So, I actually did end up buying my friend's DVD VHS combo player, and just so you can all see, here's the footage of me trying the same VHS tapes that I tried on the Porter Electronics combo player on my friend's combo player. So you can see the tapes themselves do work on my friend's combo player when those same tapes did not work on the Porter combo player. Now, I'm only going to use 2 of the 3 test tapes I tried in that video in this video, and that's only because the 3rd tape I left at my friend's house when I went to go pick up the device, because I wanted to just test the device while I was there really quick with a tape. So I brought one of those 3 tapes with me, and I took it out of the thing and I set it down. I picked up the device and I left the tape there, but I still have 2 of the 3 tapes that I tested in this device when I got it home, and here's that footage. Just to show you that these tapes do work. Now, this quality is going to be awful. Like I said, this thing needs repairs as well, but
Now I'm working. Will Smith, nice hat. Kevin Kline is Artemis Gordon, Kenneth Branagh, and Selma Hayek are the director of Men in
Wild Wild West. I don't hate that movie as much as everybody else does. It's not terrible. I mean, it's not great, but you know, I didn't. All right, here is Matrix Reloaded. Man, I hope I don't get copyright claimed on this video just for showing those clips. After that email, they messaged me back. They said, Josh, I didn't mean to come across as not believing your experience. I do believe you experienced some trouble with it. I am more interested in getting the issue resolved. At this point, I'm happy to issue a refund if you would prefer. So you still haven't sent out the device? You're still just going back and forth on this? I told you I'd prefer a working device. I mean, this is odd to me, but and I wasn't like threatening you with putting it on YouTube. I have like no subscribers and I barely get any views on any of my videos. It was specifically to be able to show you the footage, to share with you the footage that I couldn't think of another way to do. And I do find it a bit sus that the device was supposedly working when you sent it to me, but then I get it, and the entire time it's in my possession, this thing doesn't even remotely work. The DVD player works, even the button's a little janky, but the VHS player, which is the reason why I bought it, because I mean, if I wanted to play a DVD, I have a million DVD players. You know, everything from like my PS2, PS3, PS4, my Xbox 360, all of that plays DVDs. I have just a plain DVD player. I have a million devices that play DVDs. I'm not that worried about it. What I really wanted was a VHS player, and it was cool to have the combo. It would have been kind of nice. And so I wanted the working device, but it didn't work. And it's just weird that it didn't work the entire time I had it. You sent it out, it worked. I had it, it didn't work. And then I send it back, and the very second it arrives back to you, and you know, and your fingers touch it, all of a sudden it works again just fine with no problem. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I feel like I've been pretty clear up to this point that I wanted a working device, but maybe I was too vague. So I thought I would clarify it in my next email here, but I also wanted to address the fact that now it's sounding like they were just trying to fix the device I sent them, and they weren't actually planning to send out a replacement device as they told me they were going to. And so I respond to them saying, I really would like the working device. Based on the phone call that I had with an individual at your company, I was under the impression that I was going to be getting a replacement for the device. But what it is starting to sound like is that you are actually going to fix the device that I received and sent back to you, and then send it back to me. I don't really know, to be honest. I really want the device, but I also want it to work. Is there literally no other identical device that you have, or is there nothing that looks irregular about the device that I sent back on like the inside? So basically at this point I'm like, it really doesn't feel like they're just going to send me a new device. It really just feels like they're trying to fix this device and they were going to send it back to me. And I wouldn't even mind that, but if they're saying that this one doesn't have a problem, then just send me a different device already. And I'll let you know if it works when it gets here. Like, I don't know what we're doing right now. Why are we doing this? I'm sorry the device is magically working now that it's gotten back to you, but I don't know what we're doing right now. Why are we having this back and forth? What relevancy is it adding to the situation? Anyway, I sent them that email, and then they didn't get back to me. They just didn't. They could have been, they are closed on the weekends, which is also another thing. Since they didn't get back to me the last day they were closed there, that means now I have to wait all weekend for a response. Like, I'm just sick of waiting. I'm wasting money, I'm wasting time, I'm wasting like energy on all of this, and it's just getting ridiculous at this point. And so, okay, we have to go back and forth. But now their next email could have, before they closed, wouldn't you think at this point they'd be like, oh, let's message Josh and be like, hey, it's the weekend, we're closing, we're not going to be able to message you for a few days, but we'll send you out a working device like Monday morning or whatever when we open. Like, that's when we'll send out the device. No, they went the rest of the day that they were opened, and they just never responded to me. And they went the whole weekend without responding. So in the middle of the weekend, I messaged back and I'm like, hello, I've had some time to think about it. You can just give me a refund. I'm fucking done with this. Like, at this point, like, you would think in that last email, the one before me basically just giving up and being like, just give me a refund, where I'm like, look, I want the device. You'd think before they closed, somebody would have sent me out an email. Or that Rebecca person, if she's using her personal email or her own personal business email, separate from the actual company's, that on her off time, if she's running the company or head of any particular department or anything, that she would just send me back quick, like, hey, we'll get on it right after the weekend or something. But it just feels like they keep pushing everything off. And it really just got annoying. And so I just asked them for a refund in the end, and they said, Josh, no problem. I will go ahead and issue a full refund. Maybe the device did work as soon as they got it back. Maybe they are genuine and they're just trying to be helpful and nice. But it really feels like, first of all, the way they're advertising the device as discounted, when even to this day, when I'm posting this video, that item is still on sale, even though it was a one-day sale. And they never answer their phone calls. And my interaction with them has just been nothing but just odd and suspect. I don't know. I'm not even entirely sure what the point of this video is supposed to be about. Maybe to vent about my frustration of wasting time, money, and energy.
You gave it your best shot, and that's all Jesus asks of you.
All for nothing to show for it. Maybe a review. A review to anybody who would consider buying something off of Porter Electronics, but looks up a review, maybe finds this video on YouTube before you go forward with your purchase. And from my personal experience with this company, my advice is to stay as far the fuck away from Porter Electronics as humanly possible. It's just not a good company, in my opinion.
It sucks.
Well, anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment below if you've ever used the company, or were thinking about using them, or if you disagree with my position in this video. Maybe I'm being too harsh. But anyway, thanks guys, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.